Do begin this half hour with the developments in the Oxford High School shooting case. On Monday, the accused shooter is expected to plead guilty.
Attorneys for the teen, who was 15 years old at the time of the shooting, had previously indicated they would pursue an insanity defense. Well, now he's expected to plead guilty to 24 charges, including multiple counts of murder and notably terrorism. That's a charge that no school shooter has ever faced.
Oakland County Sheriff's Mike Bouchard says a guilty plea is perhaps the best possible outcome.
I think for the families and the community at large to not have to go through the trials and tribulations of an actual trial, to go through the production and viewing of the evidence and all the kinds of things that come with that, then the trauma that would come with that.
And it is important to note that the prosecutor says there were no deals or agreements regarding sentencing.
Now, that raises a lot of questions about what will happen, especially when it comes to that terrorism charge. And for more, we're going to bring in our legal expert here, Mark Chutko. Mark, thanks for joining us this morning.
Pleased to be here.
So first off, we want to talk here. What does this mean for the sentencing of this shooter? It's not a plea deal, but it is a guilty plea.
Yeah, this gives the opportunity for the defense to basically get the mercy of both the prosecution and the judge in this case. Currently, they're looking at potentially life in prison without parole. This is an opportunity for them to make a pitch to the prosecution that we've saved your resources and the community's emotions here to come forward and not put anyone through this, and I'm willing to accept responsibility and turn the corner.
And what can we expect regarding that terrorism charge? Could that have a broader impact on the future, possibly?
Well, it is the first major terrorism charge in a mass school shooting like this. There was a no contest plea in Parkland, Florida, Ocala, Florida, a couple years ago, right after the Parkland shooting, but that was a plea to no contest. This is the first actual guilty plea if it goes forward on Monday, and it's a significant event. It perfectly meets the charges here. The charges that he used a violent felony to intimidate a community, and that is exactly what happened here.
You know, we're also looking at cases against the parents for this accused shooter. What could we see there? Could he be called to testify?
It's always a possibility. I think that's a very difficult call for the prosecution. He was the one that did this. He would be subject to savage cross-examination by the parents' defense in that case. But he might hold a key piece of evidence as to what they knew before he went on his shooting rampage.
You know, we've seen a lot of back and forth between the prosecutor's office and the defense attorneys for the teen shooter's parents. You know, how do you feel like this new development could impact that? You know, we've just seen so much infighting and back and forth, accusations leveled back and forth. How do you think this development that happened yesterday will impact the two parents?
Well, we have to wait till Monday to see if he actually pleads guilty. But if he does, this allows the prosecution to really focus its efforts on the parents. That is a much more difficult case. It's a groundbreaking case, and they need to really put their focus on that if they want to prevail.
You know, Mark, I think a lot of the families in Oxford will be watching what happens on Monday, not just for their own sake of getting justice from this shooter, but also how this is going to impact those civil cases against the school district. How could this snowball into the civil court side of this?
Well, without his cooperation, without the child's cooperation, I don't think it's going to necessarily advance the civil cases themselves unless they were able to get his testimony. That perhaps is something that could be done. They would have to develop that the child gave notice to the school administration and they didn't do anything about it. So perhaps there's some more information that could be provided on that front. But I think here also the plaintiff's attorneys have probably been quite careful not to pollute the jury pool for fear that it could cause problems for the prosecution case. Once he pleads guilty, they will not have those same restraints.
All right, Mark, thank you so much again. Ethan Crumbly expected in court on Monday. At this point, we're being told he is expected to plead guilty to 24 charges. We do appreciate you taking the time to sort of break it all down for us and kind of explain what we can expect to see over the coming months. Thank you, Mark.
You're very welcome.